How's it going, coaches? Thomas here from MyCoach Ai, and this super quick video today, I wanted to show you a quick tutorial on how to review clients' micronutrients. It's pretty obvious where to find the macronutrients, and we show them in a lot of places, and they're easy to find. The micronutrients, somewhat too, but you got to know where to find them. How's it going, coaches? Thomas here from MyCoach Ai, and in this super quick video today, I wanted to give a super quick tutorial on how to review clients' micronutrients. The macronutrients are pretty in your face where we put them, and they're easy to find. The micronutrients, though, we absolutely have an overview for those as well of the totals per day, and I want you to know where to review them. So this is whether a client is following a meal plan or tracking their own foods, like macro tracking. This overview will be there for you as a coach to review, covering things like sodium intake, fiber, and a lot of other things, as you'll see here in a second. Now, for that and the place where to review that, let's quickly go to an example with Christian here. I'm first going to go to his schedule. Now, there's two places where you can review these micronutrients, and I want to start at the schedule. Because as you may already know, and hopefully should know, is here when you see a client is tracking their foods. So for example, for today, we can see that there is already partially tracked macros from the client. We can, of course, see what was signed, what the client actually tracked. And when we click into it is when we get a full review of the foods that they actually ate, right? So we can see their totals for the macronutrients up here, seeing per food, and of course being able to see the daily totals that have led to that with those foods. And below that, we'll find this little section that says nutrition totals. This is where we find the micronutrients. So it's a drop down. You just simply click on it and it slides out. And it's going to show you the totals of all of the relevant micronutrients that were consumed in that tracking, in this case, so far for the day, right? You can see things like fiber, vitamins, iron and zinc, calcium, magnesium. There's so many things that can be tracked, even more than you're seeing here. Of course, if the totals are zero, this is not going to show up, right? But the things that are tracked and are being consumed in significant amounts are going to show up here under the nutrition totals. This is, of course, on the schedule, and you can review it per day. Super convenient. Keep in mind that in the metrics section, you also have a way to access this through the nutrition metrics. If you type in nutrition here and you go find it, of course, first thing you'll see has everything to do with macronutrients. But when we go into view full history, what we find at the bottom is a history per day of the consumed macros. And what you'll find to the right of that is these food logs, right? So those are the same food logs that we saw before on the client schedule. Here too, we can simply click into it and click this tab with the nutrition totals to find our micronutrients. So this is also a great way to kind of review more on a broader scale, maybe day by day. And of course, here on the schedule is good if you just want to kind of continually check in on how your client is doing with their nutrition and what they are consuming or lack thereof, right? That is where you can find the micronutrients. So the schedule, and in the metric section, you simply click that little button that says nutrition totals, slide out the micronutrients, and you can see it all from there. Super convenient, super important if you are very detailed on your nutrition, seeing what your client is actually consuming. And I hope that helps. I'll see you in the next one.